We're with Sean Bueno from Dad's Handyman Service on the north side. Sean has a big project for us today.
Big as in one of the most important projects that you will ever have in your house. Getting this TV up on the wall for the big game. That's what I'm going to help you do today, Ryan.
Mounting a TV is one of the top reasons people call a handyman, and that's understandable. These things are expensive, heavy, and at the same time fragile. But if you buy the right mount and follow Sean's directions, it should be a snap. The most important thing you'll need for this is the mount. It needs to be compatible with your TV and capable of supporting its weight. We'll also use a stud finder, a drill, a Phillips head screwdriver, a level, and a socket wrench. All right, I'm ready to get started.
Okay, sounds good. So help me flip this TV around here.
Okay.
There's two things that we're going to focus on right now.
Three things, actually. Not breaking the TV should be the first one.
That's right,
All
absolutely.
right.
Be very careful. These can be awkward, so it's great to have an extra set of hands when you're doing something like this. So there's two brackets that we have to install on the back of the TV.
All new TVs have threader holes on the back, which are where we mount the brackets. Make sure the hook part of the bracket is on top, then it goes spacer, bracket, bolt into all four threader holes. After we remove the TV from its base, we can put it aside and prepare the wall. All right, Sean, I got the TV out of the way without breaking it. What do you got for us next?
We're going to find the studs on the wall so we can get this bracket up there securely. And remember, in most homes, the studs are going to be 16 inches on center, okay? So that means from one middle part of the stud to the next is going to be 16 inches. So this is an electronic stud finder, and it's got a little button on the side. You place it on the wall, and then you press the button on the side, and now it's calibrated. Okay, there's a little green light that says it's ready, and so we're just going to slide this over, and that is where our stud starts.
So this is something you wouldn't want to carry in your pocket because it would go off all the time, right?
Oh, absolutely. I've always got a problem with that. I always keep it in a separate toolbox.
Once we've marked our studs, we bring out the mounting template that came in the box.
The most important thing when you're hanging a TV on the wall is to make sure that it's comfortable to watch. A good rule of thumb is the center of the TV should go about 5 feet from the floor. And so why don't you grab the level that's on the table there?
Sure.
Because we definitely want to make sure that we're hanging the TV level. And now I want to mark where our studs are in correlation to where the anchoring system is on the bracket. So we're going to mark that right there. We get the lag screw right in there. We're going to be just fine. And then over here.
After marking our holes, we pre-drill the 4 holes for the lag screws, which will be what ultimately holds the mount, which in turn holds the TV.
So now I'm going to need some help holding this bracket up, because this is the moment of truth where we're going to start getting these screws in.
I knew I was here for something today.
You were here for something. Something very important. Okay, so watch out. This does have some movement to it. Sure. We're going to need our level again. And we're going to hold this bracket up against the wall, so we want to make sure this is level. We've got the bubble right in between the black lines where we want it. So now I'm going to need help holding this bracket again.
And this is the hard part, right?
This is the hard part where you definitely need a second pair of hands.
As I'm grunting.
I'm going to grab my hammer. So I'm taking the lag screw.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm just hammering it into the pilot hole.
Sean just gets it started with a hammer and uses a socket wrench to tighten it down. We do the same on the other side, pausing constantly to be sure we're level. It's as hard as it looks and definitely a 2-person job.
Look at that, right in the middle. Nice job.
The bottom 2 screws are much easier, which must be why Sean lets me do it.
Okay, we've got all the lag screws in place. Everything's anchored correctly to the wall. Yeah, that looks great. Our next step is to install the TV.
Okay. There's a hook at the top of the bracket that latches onto the top bar of the mount, and then a pair of clips that hold the bottom of the TV in place, and that's it. An intimidating project that's really not so bad. The TV and mount are your only cost, which you could spend a little more on since you're not using a handyman. It took me and Sean about an hour to hang this TV, which is a heck of a lot less time than our next project, waiting all day for the cable company.